Damian, thanks so much for joining today. Excited to hear about the Creatio journey at Altro. So if you could, tell us a little bit about the Creatio implementation at Altro, the project, your role, and where you guys got started.
So at Altro, we are a manufacturer, UK-based, of safety flooring and wall cladding products. We are headquartered in the UK, but we distribute nationally and internationally. We've replaced our legacy CRM, which had been in the business for a long time, with Creatio. So over the past 18 months, we've been implementing across our UK and then North American, Australian and European regions. And I'm pleased to say, kind of hot off the press, just last week, we've gone live in those last couple of regions and we are now fully live on the Creatio platform. We kicked off the implementation in April last year. Within 3 or 4 months, we were ready to go live in our UK operation, but we decided to pause until January this year. And from then it was all guns blazing. So we launched in the UK, swiftly followed by North America, then into Australia, and then finally into Germany, Sweden and Spain. One of the good things about Creatio that we've done during that launch is also it's multilingual. So in our Spanish and German operations, we're using their native language to get more engagement into the platform.
What were some of the business challenges that you were working to solve?
One of the biggest challenges we tried to solve as part of this implementation was standardization and consistency across the group. With our legacy platform, all of the subsidiaries were acting almost autonomously. One of the things we set forth at the outset of this project was that we would have an open, consistent system across the whole of the organisation to then drive better market intelligence across our different streams and commercial activities that we're doing. So it wasn't easy to achieve, but with strong leadership at the beginning and commitment throughout the whole process, we have actually gone live now with a fully global system that's open, transparent, and now we're getting great market intelligence from the application.
Tell us a little bit about the implementation process itself and what that project looked like for you guys.
So the implementation process was great. Where we were kind of sold Creatio as a no-code, low-code solution, obviously you're always skeptical about these things, but throughout our deployment, we've had about 900 configuration changes and only 2 of those were coded. So it's testament to the application and the software that it really is a low-code, no-code solution and has delivered on our expectations.
Where did you start? Tell us about what was the initial MVP in terms of your fast time to value that Creatio platform can deliver.
Yeah, well, with the legacy CRM, we had quite a challenge because it had been embedded into our business for over 20 years, and our route to market is quite complex. We're in the construction industry, and our lead time from the initial specification to actually installation could be up to 2 years in a hospital or something like that. So we have to nurture our processes from the very beginning to the very end to make sure that we don't get switched or removed at the last minute. So with Creatio, we have been able to achieve that by replicating what we had in our old legacy CRM system to manage that process, but augment automation and better improvements on top to give a more streamlined process within the application. A great example of this is from day one, we were able to integrate Creatio with our ERP system, which we hadn't been able to do previously. Straight away, we were getting cost savings and resource savings from the equivalent of a full-time head in terms of manual data entry into our legacy CRM system.
So where have you seen in the business that Creatio has been adding value?
One area that I was invited to recently was the UK commercial meeting to look at the pipeline for Q3 and Q4 in 2025. I kind of hid in the background to see what the commercial teams were talking about and how they were talking about it. And I was so pleased to see that the actual conduit for the meeting was Creatio. They had Creatio on screen with the dashboards, with the pipeline, and they were using it to talk through what Q3 and Q4 actually looked like with the product information and what the sales for the remainder of the year was looking like. So for me, that was an absolute success to say that it's embedded, we've given them the analytics that they need, and they're starting to use it as a tool to really manage the business and look at the pipeline activity.
So you guys have covered a lot of ground already. You've seen some early successes already in the deployment. What are some of the things that you see as coming next for the business in Creatio?
Yeah, so this year was really about replacing our legacy CRM. Next year is now about leveraging the technology and what we can do to automate. Looking at the AI capabilities through the no-code, low-code solution and what Agentic AI can do in terms of our processes and embedding it to augment what our user population are doing within the application. And then second to that, we also have another division of the group called Autoglim, who have never really used a CRM before. So we're going to be implementing CRM within the Autoglim division as well come 2026.